That's weird. Who's that tall, ugly cleric with that kid? I'll get to the bottom of this question and more that you might have right after this. When you hit that subscribe button and smack that bell, you'll get all my updates when they come out. And don't forget to leave a productive comment below. In his popular book series, J.R.R. Tolkien described hobbits as a diminutive humanoid race inhabiting the lands of Middle-earth. Because Hobbit is under copyright, Gary Gygax used the term halfling to describe his tiny humanoids. Today, we'll be looking at the last 3 races in our list. So run to your bookshelf, grab your player's handbook, and your monster manual. Respectfully flip to pages 17 and 50. Here's the last part of the race section of our puzzle. At the bottom here we find halflings. Being restricted to leather armor, they can be either a fighter, a thief, or a fighter thief. And they must evenly divide their experience when multi-classing. No exceptions, even when at level cap. Now personally, I would start out as a fighter, advance to level 6. Become a thief at level 1 and reap all the benefits. They have a high resistance to magic, affording them a +1 for every 3.5 points of constitution. They receive a save versus wands, staves, rods, and spells. Also, because of poison resistance, they have a save versus poison bonus in the same manner. That would be a 1 at 4, a 2 at 7, a 3 at 11, a 4 at 14, a 5 at 18 in Constitution. They can speak Halfling, Alignment, and Common, and could also speak Dwarven, Elven, Gnome, and Orcish. At 17, they gain an additional language, and at 18, Intelligence, another one. Tall fellow are said to see up to 30 feet in the dark, while Stout can see 60 feet. They can detect greater slope 75% of the time and direction 50%. Respectfully, that would be a D4 1 to 3 and a D4 1 to 2. And they can only find this when determining whether they're actively seeking or not. When alone or well in front of their party, just like elves, they can move very silently. 66% of the time, that's D6 1 to 4. And also when opening a portal of any kind, 33% of the time, that's D6 1 to 2. Typically, you see a halfling armed with a short bow, a sling, a small sword, a spear, a hand axe, or a combination of a sword and small bow, a small sword and a spear. Halflings suffer a -1 in strength, but they make up the difference in dexterity with a +1. In appearances, the halflings have ruby skin tone, brown or sandy hair, brown or hazel eyes. They like colorful clothing, except for their pants. They're usually a muddy gray, tan, or brown. Now we're going to take a look at the half-orc, which is a complete different breed of its own. They have a 1-paragraph mention under orcs on page 76 of the Monster Manual. They're typically of a orc goblin, orc hobgoblin, orc human union, but they're completely unable to breed with elves. Half-orcs strongly resemble their orcish parents in this respect. A half-orc can speak orcish, alignment, and common, and 2 additional languages, which are usually goblin and hobgoblin. They can reach level 4 as a cleric, 10 as a fighter, a thief assassin, a level 8. They can multi-class as a cleric fighter, a cleric thief, or a cleric assassin, a fighter thief, or a fighter assassin. And like other races, they must also evenly divide, even at level cap. Half-orcs are said to be in the top 10% superiority. They can see up to 60 feet in the dark, just like the other races. Also, they have a +1 to strength and constitution, but a -1 to their charisma, just like dwarves do, unless dealing with their own race. Lastly, we come to humans. Humans have no bonuses or penalties. They have no limit on class or minimum or maximum abilities. Basically, you could say humans are the exception to the rule. Here on page 18 of the Player's Handbook is a chart of racial preferences. This table will tell you what a good matrix combination is for a party for very little conflict. What has been your favorite race in this list? Tell me below, please. Next time, we'll start looking at all the playable classes. Until then, this has been Rod with the Thaco Factor.